Mind giving me a little salt and pepper, please?
Salt and pepper, yes, chef.
My name is Carrie Smith, and I am the owner and CFO of 1010 Bridge Restaurant, and I own the restaurant with my husband, Chef Paul Smith.
My name is Jason Adams. I'm a filmmaker based here in Charleston, and I really got to know Chef Paul in a pretty unique way. It was by following his James Beard Award journey, really over about 2.5 years.
My name is Chad Prather. I know Chef Paul through a variety of ways. Really met him initially when my wife and I are huge fans of his restaurant, like most people in Charleston. We became great friends with him. We've done a lot of exciting projects together in the community, and we're continuing to work together both from a business perspective, and we've become great friends over the years.
Paul is very, very driven. Most of the time, you know, when we started meeting to talk about the film, I'd meet him at 6 a.m. at the restaurant. The guy's just an animal with his work ethic. He's up very, very early. He's in at the restaurant before anybody gets there.
What drives Paul is first and foremost to continue his sobriety. So to make sure that he's putting his mental health first and being the best role model that he can be, and to be present along that journey, to learn and develop his craft every single day. So to get better as a chef, to learn new techniques, to learn new trends, to stay on top of that so that we can continue to not only have a successful restaurant here, but continue to grow as a chef and represent himself in the best way possible.
He's very proud of the product that he puts out, right? And you can see that in his menu. You can see that in the way that his staff delivers the experience that you get at 1010 and everything that he's involved with. And that's not by accident. That's very much, his style, his leadership, the culture that he creates. So he's very proud of the work that he puts out.
Knowing him for me as an artist he's a guy that inspires me. The overlap between what a chef does and what a film director does is really very similar. It's a small team of people in a high pressure situation, limited amount of time, trying to kind of pull off the impossible. Those guys do it 6 nights a week.
Having Chef Paul as a great friend is, led me to a lot of great opportunities. We're doing some business together that's, really going to be transformational for this community. But really just seeing like how selfless he is, how community oriented he is, just had me double down in that respect. Always felt like I was helpful to the community and wanted to be supportive and part of the community. But having Chef Paul as a friend and seeing his positive influence and the things that he's able to do just made me want to do it that much more.
Paul has influenced me in many ways, but I would say one of the main ways is really just his ability to support so many people and to lift others up throughout the community. It can be in the food and beverage industry, but it's also reaches far beyond that. So it's a sober community, it's just people around us in need, and he's the first one to always jump in and volunteer and put himself out there to provide help, to provide assistance, and to help people figure it out. So that's absolutely something that I love watching him do, love seeing him in action, and it's absolutely, I think, not only inspiring to me, but inspiring to so many others around him.
I would just thank him. Chef Paul is one of a kind in so many ways. He's an extraordinary entrepreneur, he's an extraordinary chef, he's philanthropic, and he deserves all the thanks that we can give him for everything that he's done for our community and continues to do for our community, and we're just very, very lucky to have him as a West Virginian.
If Chef Paul were here right now, I'd probably say, hey man, what's for dinner? He's just so incredibly gifted, and he's so kind. All the ways that I have gotten to hang out with Chef Paul, usually my favorite is still at the restaurant. Hearing his stories, him coming out, making sure everybody has a smile on their face and something really good to eat. So if he were here, I'd be like, Chef, what the hell's for dinner?